Welcome back. We're joined now by Lynne Stone. You may know her as the past executive director of the Kamloops Brain Injury Association, but she is now doing many other things. Welcome back to Midday.
Thank you very much, Susan.
We were just discussing, Lynne and I, that since she has retired from the Brain Injury Association, she's busier now than she ever has been.
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
That's what happens. One of the things keeping you busy, you are a big supporter of the Kango Grannies.
I am. I'm a friend of the Kango Grannies, and we're really looking forward to the Granny Gathering this Saturday at St. Paul's Cathedral on Nicola, and yeah, it should be really good.
Yes.
Should be really good.
We had a very nice lady by the name of Mary Baker on yesterday who was telling us about this, a fantastic experience to hear Ida speak. Ida is from Zambia. She's done a lot of work in the AIDS world, trying to educate people. She is a grandma herself who is raising her own grandchildren, I believe, over in Zambia, and she is coming through Kamloops and giving a discussion in support of the Stephen Lewis Foundation, and that's taking place at St. Paul's Cathedral on Saturday. But you're here today to talk about the fact that you have had a book published, and you are going to be selling it because it is supported by, or has been endorsed by the Stephen Lewis Foundation, which is how the Kango Grannies came to be. So tell us.
So the idea was that the Grandmothers to Grandmothers organization is just so important, because there's obviously, as you probably heard from Mary, supporting grandmothers are supporting their grandchildren in all the African nations because their children died of AIDS. So when I got this idea for a book about being a grandma, I thought, what a better place to go. So all the proceeds, I only take money for the printing, but all the proceeds go to the Stephen Lewis Foundation. So.
And tell us about this book. It's called My Grandma is Magic, and you have written this based on your own family situation.
Yeah, I have. My eldest grandson turns 23 in October, which is amazing, and my youngest grandchild, my granddaughter, just turned 9 in August. So there was, you know, and there's several grandchildren in between, but it's the whole idea that grandmas love their grandchildren with all their heart. And it doesn't matter how many grandchildren you have, you still love them all with all your heart. But that takes some adjusting for the first one, especially.
Because they think they are your world, and only you.
My eldest grandson, Tristan, used to call me my grandma. He used to say, we always work when I'm with you, don't we, my grandma, and things like that. So that was when the other grandchildren started coming. That's what made me write the book, made me feel that I needed something to reassure him that grandmothers' hearts are so big, you can love everyone with all your heart.
Good for you. So you've written this book, and it explains that there's enough love for everybody. But it's especially poignant when it comes to the grandmothers that are over in Africa as well.
Yes, because just because you have to look after your grandchildren doesn't make you love them any less. It's very difficult for them because they've got this wonderful grandmother role, which we all think, every grandmother thinks is absolutely fabulous, because grandmothers always boast, you must know this, and they just have a wonderful time talking about, and their grandchildren are always the best. But now imagine that all your children are gone, and you have to look after the grandchildren every day. So the wonderful thing about having them and giving them everything they want and then letting them go home when they've gone a sugar high has gone.
Then you're responsible for the sugar high, so it's not happening as often.
Right.
I think this is lovely, and this book is going to be for sale tomorrow at the talk tomorrow with Ida.
Yes.
And people can pick that up. Proceeds, of course, going to the greatest causes ever. So why wouldn't you buy it? A great book for the grandchildren.
Perfect.
Truly.
Yes.
Yeah. What were you going to say?
I was just going to say we asked for a donation of at least $15 a book. And then $10 goes to the Stephen Lewis Foundation.
That's fantastic.
So just the printing, and everything else is gone.
Good for you. Lynne, you retired, now you're writing books. You're busy. Good for you.
I love it. Thank you.
Yeah, great work that Lynne is doing. If you would like to take part in this and grab a book, you can certainly do that, because this is taking place at St. Paul's Cathedral, coming up very quickly here, which is Saturday. The time again, because I just dropped my page, is
10 till 4.
10 until 4, so that's how it's going to go. I really appreciate you being here. And the email is on the screen, mygrandmaismagic@gmail.com, if you'd like to get a hold of Lynne. We're back after a quick break. Stay with us.